Can you hear me? Oh, there's 3 people here. Can you guys hear me or no? Or am I because I can't hear myself, so I'll never know what's going on. How you doing? You guys have to type. Don't be okay. Look, you can't be coming to my live and calling me out. Okay, I get a lot of DMs. And, you know, sometimes I don't respond, so I can't respond to them all, darling. I'm so sorry. Okay, y'all, how you doing? I kind of wanted to come today and talk to you guys about life in Paris because I'm always getting questions about life in Paris. And honestly, a lot of the times, bloggers don't be showing all the stuff that ain't, that don't really happen. Bonjour, Eve. Hi, how you doing? Especially because I don't know if you guys follow like stuff happening in Paris, but there was this other content creator who I forgot what her name was. She like at a Monoprix. If you guys have seen my videos, y'all saw me get called out all the time for being with my camera at a store. Like you guys have seen security guards yell at me. But there's this scandal currently going on with this other content creator who was grabbed by a security guard, and she was black, and she like reached out to the company, and I'm like, this is the kind of stuff I'm trying to show y'all because this happens all the time. And for some reason, bloggers don't show that part of Paris. And I'm like, why? This is a part of Paris. You get me? Do you feel me? Does that make sense? I'm going to try to find her name so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But like it recently happened, I think last week. And it's just been a huge thing here. And I know sometimes I be joking about how securities be yelling at me for vlogging in stores, but it's actually a big issue. Like, it's actually a real thing that happens here. But if you guys want to know anything specific about life in Paris, like, let me know. And we can talk about that today. I'm going to check your DM after. I'll see what she's talking about. Okay, I'll check it after. Let's see. What was her name? So funny. It was over and over. Thank you, Boo. Thank you, Eve. Sometimes I feel like I overkill with the memes, but it's good to hear that you guys like them. Yes. Oh, so you know what I'm talking about, Michael. Is your name Michael, by the way? So you know what I'm talking about then. Kiana. Yes. But that's not her Instagram name. Her Instagram name is something Chief. Yeah, I found her. She's on TikTok. So all her videos talking about is really on TikTok. But on Instagram, she's Kiana Tees. And basically she was saying how she got racially profiled at a Monoprix and how the security like came out and haggled her, and she was bombarded. And I'm like, that stuff happens all the time. Like you guys have literally seen that happen in my videos. Hold on, I'm missing some chat. 1 second. Yeah, I have never done a live before, so I have no idea how to even see the replay. Yes. Yes, of course. Give me 1 second to figure out. I feel like a grandma right now. I'm 24, but I don't know how to work a live. I'm sorry, 1 second. Oh, there we go. Ooh, yes. I got it. Love your video, sis. Thank you, Danielle. You are sweet. Hi, Bree Bree. Hey, Sierra. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm kind of obsessed with memes. And I just like to make my videos interesting somehow because sometimes I just be in my apartment doing nothing. And I'm like, this is not interesting. I make it so I would watch it. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed the memes too. Because I kind of got a short attention span sometimes. So I need the memes to keep me interested. I would like to know how long 5,000 euros would last in Paris. Honestly, okay. It depends on what kind of lifestyle you're trying to live. Like for me, I'm from LA, so I don't think Paris is that expensive. But from people from like a small city, you gonna think Paris is expensive. But 5,000 euros in Paris, I think can go far. Can last you, I'm gonna say 5 months to be safe, because the minimum, you can find a little tiny apartment in Paris for about 500 bucks. It's tiny. Sometimes you don't have a full bathroom inside the apartment, but it's yours. And that's the big difference from LA to me, because in LA you ain't getting nothing underneath $1,000 that's your own. But in Paris you can find these things called chambre de bonnes, which are very tiny, but it's yours. And I have a lot of friends who live in those. And like, if I didn't find this apartment I have now, I would have probably lived in one. So like, don't knock them. They're very tiny, but they get the job done. So let's say you find one of those little chambre de bonnes and you grocery shop. Like, maybe I spend a lot of money on food because I like to munch, y'all. I like to munch. You can see I be munching. But I would say like food can be fairly cheap. Like, food is not super expensive. If you make euros, it's a lot different versus US. I still transfer my money from USD. It's like complicated, but like $200 a month maybe on food, having your little $500 apartment, and like the other stuff, like you can easily last 5 or 6 months if you're good at budgeting and if you're not trying to like do the most. But if you want to live luxuriously, for example, on my budget with my apartment and my expenses and stuff, I think 5,000 would last maybe 2.5 months for me, because I pay for my rent, I pay for my electricity, I pay for my food every month. I pay for like my metro pass and all that. But like, honestly, I feel like Paris is a very budget friendly city, especially if you're a student, because Paris has so many freaking discounts if you're a student. So if you come as a student, you get like discounts on your metro pass, discounts on, sometimes food places have student discounts, like literally so many discounts in Paris, it's ridiculous. So I think it really depends. Like 5,000 is a lot, honestly. Let's see, I saw some other stuff pop up. If you do not mind going to detail about the process of living in Paris by taking French classes, I've considered au pairing, but love to have options. That's a great topic to talk about, because honestly, I don't know how it is now, but before COVID, like you could just enroll in like 20 hours worth of language classes and get a student visa. But I've heard from the streets been telling me that they're not really taking applications on that route anymore. They're only taking applications from French universities now rather than language schools. I don't know, don't take my word on it, but that's what I've been hearing on the streets. So it's, I don't know. Truly, no one knows what's happening. Truly, immigration here right now is ridiculous. Everyone's in shambles, and I can't even advise you on that stuff, girl. Like, no one knows. Your best bet is to try, honestly, because are you from the US? Who asked that question? Let me see that. Sierra, are you from the US? If you're from the US, the process to become an au pair is fairly simple, but also I don't know if the US is processing visa applications for au pairs. And student visas are easy to obtain. Girl, I don't know. Girl. I think you're gonna have to try. Like, getting visas in the US to France is not as hard as people make it seem. Right now it might be a little more, but I think they're actually processing stuff right now. But I would say try. Call up the office. It's called VFS or something. Like, send them an email. The visa system is fairly easy from the US because Americans get this kind of priority. I don't know, girl. It's fairly simple. Like, you should at least call them. Yes, girl. I'm glad you get my point. I'm rambling. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. What's been one of your most memorable moments so far in Paris? Girl, memorable? What you mean by memorable? What you mean? Are we gonna spill some tea? I'm so sorry. My necklace is beaming. I'm so sorry. What you mean by memorable? Memorable moments would have to be the moments I've been on dates, but like, that's so far in the past, y'all. I can't even tell you. Because my dating life has been high and dry lately, girl. But what you mean by memorable? I'll let you know. What you mean? Was it easy for you to make friends, or is it like everyone says? I think this time around, okay, the first time, if y'all don't know my history about Paris, I used to live in Paris in 2017 as an au pair. I came the first time. Girl, that was terrible. It was horrible. I lived with a crazy family for 7 months. I didn't have no friends for 7 months. I was out here high and dry. And then I decided to try my luck once again in 2019, and that's when I really started making friends and stuff. And I think it was fairly easy because I was in this thing called APOP, which is basically a community group for au pairs. And also I like joined tons of Facebook groups and like always asking people to hang out and stuff, which made it a lot easier. But I think when people say it's hard to make friends, I think they mean it's hard to make friends with French people. I know that's ironic, but like I have about a handful of French friends versus international friends, girl. Like, I don't know that many French people, but I know a lot of international people. I mean, like fun, happiest moments. Okay, let me take a sip because I'm talking a lot. Hold on. Fun, happiest moments. I'm gonna have to think about that because lately, it's been feeling so mundane here. It's because nothing. Do y'all know that we're in reconfinement? For what, girl? For what? Makes no sense. But lately, life here has been feeling so mundane because, one, nothing is open, and nothing is promised to be open anytime soon. Yes, of course I have. We gonna get on that later. Two, like the things that I was starting to get into, like there's no routine here. Like you can't do anything. You can't go to restaurants, you can't go to libraries really. Restaurants aren't open. So the only things that we can do is meet with your friends outside in a random park when it's so cold outside, girl. Like nobody wants to be outside. I'm from California. I'm not trying to freeze. Or to like have lunch with your friends or something at home, but then everybody has to go home by 6 p.m. Like it makes no sense. I don't know what the government is doing here, but having a 6 p.m. curfew makes no sense to nobody. We're at 7 p.m. now, girl. It makes no sense. But wait, what am I even talking about? I done lost my train of thought, y'all. Funniest, happiest moments. I think that's what I was talking about. So like, oh, my funniest, happiest moments. I would say some of my funniest moments, like I said, have been on dates because meeting new people and like seeing new things, especially when I first arrived in Paris. Going on dates is just a great way to explore the city because there's so many freaking things in the city. And if you meet someone who knows it well, you will see some things that you ain't never seen or that your tourist eye would not see. So one of my favorite memories was going on a date to this place called Bibliothèque François Mitterrand or something like that. And it's just this huge library, but it has this amazing, amazing view of the city. And going there at night, it's like, oh, stunning. And that's been one of my favorite places to date that I've ever been. Not to date, but like to today. Going to Bibliothèque François Mitterrand is like my favorite place. So it's just like stuff like that, you know, kind of stuff that makes you feel like you were in a movie. For example, kissing in the rain in a park. Like that's the kind of stuff that sticks in my head because it felt like I was in a Paris movie. You know, does that make sense? But now, since everything's been closed, girl, what memories, girl? Oh, maybe going to maybe doing picnics at the park. Yeah. During the summer, Paris is lit, and having picnics at a park is like the best thing ever. Okay, let me answer something else before I keep rambling, girl. Spicy moments. Y'all want to hear spicy. Ooh. Have you ever talked/dated a French guy? Day, have you not seen my dating in Paris video? Girl. Of course I've dated a French guy. Of course. I am in France. What you mean? Now dated, like long-term dated, no, because I don't know where all my friends keep getting this idea that French guys are committed and stuff, but I never. Every time I talk to my friends about dating, they're like, oh, French men are so committal and they'll commit to you so quickly. And I'm like, girl, where they at though? I'm single. What you mean? So like long-term dating, no, but going on dates with Frenchmen, yes. And they just like every other guy to me. I don't see the big deal. I don't. However, that French accent though, is pretty sexy. Let's be honest. Them talking in their broken English with that French accent is pretty cute. I won't lie. Do you think things will be open by summertime? I wish I could insert memes on lives because literally my life is a meme. I be doing all kind of, I don't know, girl. Summertime. That's a little soon. What we in? March? I looked at my watch. That's not even there, y'all. I feel like because Paris is so well known in the summer and like it gets lit, like I said, I think they might try. But at this point, we are in confinement number 3. And confinement number 3 consists of them telling us that we have to be inside at 7 with no... Like, logically, this 3rd confinement makes no sense. Literally no sense. They were just like the other day. They were just like, okay, you guys are in confinement. They didn't give us no information on what's open or what's closed. They didn't really tell us what we can and cannot do. Like, literally, they gave us no information. They were just like, confinement, here you go. Take it or leave it. That's why half of the city is gone now. So, girl, I don't know. Maybe. Because last year we did have a hot summer when we first opened up. And that's when I came back in June 2020 and it was popping, girl. Everything was open. And I think that's why we've been closed down for so long, because they was like out here giving us everything. Eve. Okay, give me the chocolate bar. What you mean? Yeah, I am actually like, I am in my videos on in person. Like, it's very much me. Advice on best ways to move to France. What's one thing about Paris that you miss when you're not there? Best way, girl, right now, marry somebody. That's always the foolproof way. Go ahead, find you a French man, French woman, whatever your flavor is, honey. Marry them up. Sometimes I'd be considered, okay, let me not say this on live. Sometimes I'd be like, hey, where my gay friends at? Y'all can just marry me so it can be a lot easier for everybody. But that's literally everyone's response. That's probably one of the easiest ways, is to just marry someone and not have to deal with, yes, girl, 90-day fiance, because the administration is ridiculous. And with COVID happening, it's even more ridiculous. So the easiest way right now is, besides marrying someone, is to be a student at a university in France, because they prioritize student things so much. Like getting an apartment as a student is a lot easier than getting an apartment as just an immigrant or something. So be a student. Being a student is the best way right now, because being an au pair, they're not really accepting things, yada, yada, yada. Yes, California. I'm from Los Angeles. Hello, Bay Area. Oh, what's one thing I miss about Paris when I'm not here? When I was gone, before I came back in June, I would say the thing I missed most was the kind of joie de vivre. It's like the joy of life. We say that in French. It's so cliche, but it's so real, because my life in California is a lot more like slow. I don't do nothing. When I'm at my mom's house, when I'm with my family, like, I don't do anything. I don't have a life really. I'm not going out, like I'm in my car going to grocery stores and stuff. I don't talk to no one. Y'all, I ain't got no voice. How much am I talking? But then I come here and just like simple things, like I can hang out with my friends down the street, and the whole culture is different. I think people here prioritize being social, whereas being in the US or California, it's more like they prioritize being busy and being and working. So I definitely just miss the ability to just hang out with my friends and like do a little bit and have such a cool life, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, girl? Let me know if that makes sense. Like here, I go grocery shopping with my friends and we have little brunch. Like, do y'all do that in the US? Do y'all still do that? I never did that in LA, ever. Okay, let's see. How much would you say your French has improved since moving there? A lot, girl. A lot, because I took French in high school, but girl, what did I learn? I didn't even know how to count when I got here. And also hearing like little things that they say changes your French, because the French you're learning in textbooks, it's not gonna be the French that people speak, like honestly. And now that I am currently enrolled in French classes, my French is definitely better. But the best thing that you can do is to learn the French and actually practice it. Can y'all hear my chair squeaking? I'm sorry, I'm not over here tooting y'all. It's my chair that's just squeaking its head off. But yeah, it's so different practicing your French with French speakers and listening to the little nuances and stuff that they say. So before I came, my French was very little and I had no confidence speaking it. But now I can go out and speak confidently. It's like my French is like intermediate right now because I'm really good at listening. I can understand stuff in French, but girl, speaking French is a whole nother ballpark, girl. Because they also speak very fast too. Parisians, I think it's a Parisian thing, but they speak like, girl, they speak they speak like they're being chased by a dog or something. They speak so quickly. I can't tell you how many times I have to listen to a voicemail to understand what they said to me in French, because they just like blabber at you. It's crazy. It's insane. In quarter one, you think so, Michael? Do you think it's gonna be open 2022? Fall, winter? You know, I'm hoping, because I really want my family to visit. I finally have my own apartment and I can like have guests over, and now my family can't visit me. It's so sad. Like I want to see my family. Which parts in the south of France have the best nightlife in your opinion? If you can speak on this, that is. I don't know. You tell me, Suki. I don't know. I heard, okay. Nightlife. What you talking about nightlife for? Everything is closed. I was gonna answer this, but I thought about COVID. Ain't no nightlife open. But if I had to say something, I would say Marseille. Marseille is like, it's very comparative to Paris, but it's in the south. And I think it's a lot more urban than Paris is. And I've heard that it's nicer. Like Marseille and Paris really have this conflicting thing that people talk about. But I've heard it's really nice. I've never been. It looks beautiful. And it also has a lot of nature. Like it's near beaches and stuff. So I definitely say Marseille, because Toulouse, Montpellier, stuff like that, they're very bougie and kind of like old school money, like old money, you know. Montpellier is very old school money, near Monaco, you know, where the Cannes festival happens in the south. Like that's what that area is. But Marseille is known to be very nice. I totally get it. I go to college outside of state. Yes, exactly. You definitely get it. Is it a lot safer in Paris than in the States? What part of the States are you referring to, though? That's so vague. I don't know. Because in LA, honestly, there wasn't many times that I felt unsafe. And that's a big city. But you mean racism wise? Or I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Paris is not. It has a lot of issues against women. I'm gonna be honest. This is only something you would see if you live here and if you're on Facebook groups with other expats. But it kind of shocked me to see how often women get attacked here. I'm not trying to scare y'all if y'all want to move. I just want to be honest. That's my job. I often am on Facebook groups and someone's like, my purse got stolen, my bag got stolen, my bike got stolen, like every day. So personally, me, I'm a homebody. I be at home, y'all. When the lights go out outside, I'm at home. So it's not very often that I felt unsafe. But there's this one area in Paris that everyone I talk to feels unsafe, and I felt unsafe there before. It's called Châtelet. Girl, if you're there at night, do not. It's so sketchy, and it's just so. It's known to be an area full of pickpocketers, and that's the one area I do not like hanging out in. It's called Châtelet. No, thank you. No, thank you, ma'am. Do y'all hear my voice, or is that just me? I feel like I'm losing my voice, and it's only been 30 minutes. Ma'am, you good? Dway. What does that mean, Michael? Dway. What does that mean? Please teach me. Teach me some modern day terms. Which neighborhood would you say more Black people and or international people live in? I have a big issue with this, actually. All the freaking Black people in Paris are in the freaking 18th arrondissement, and I don't like it. I don't like it because, one, when you're Black, people assume you live there, because I don't live in the 18th. I live close to Bastille, like close to the center of Paris, but the 18th is also very questionable for me, and not clean. And that's just the reality of what happens when communities are segregated. I feel like it's kind of intentional that it's dirtier and that it's trashier up there, and that it's the metro lines don't work as well. Like, I think it's all very intentional because it's literally like that in every place that I've traveled. Like, I went to Rome and there's always a segregated area for people of color. And are we going to talk about these issues right now? Are we going to talk about it? But there's a lot of Black people in the 18th, a lot of Black people in the 10th arrondissement. And yes, because Chateau d'Eau is in the 10th, it's that one street that carries all the Black hair care stores. It's literally one large street in Paris. And it stresses me out because when you're a Black person and you go to get your hair care supplies, you will be haggled and hassled, and it's annoying. So, I mean, is that what you're looking for, though? Like, do you want to be around more Black culture? Or what are you looking for? Because I personally, girl, it's the hood. What you mean? It is the hood. It is the hood. But it also has culture. I'm not someone who's against the hood, but girl, I got anxiety. I can't be. I grew up in the hood. What I need to be in the hood here? What you mean? Also, I like clean areas, and it's not clean. I don't want to be. Nobody come for me for saying this, but like literally, I'm trying to be in the bougie areas because I just want a clean street. It's just, if I had the money, I would be in the first arrondissement. Like, I would be right there with all the rich white folks. And maybe not, because they rude. But, you know, I'll bring some black people with me. You know, I don't know. I'm conflicted about this because I love being around black people. I need the, you know, the culture. I need it, but also it is the hood. I'm gonna be honest, it's the hood. But you do get bigger apartments for cheaper prices. Yes, thank you. Someone backing me up. It's not clean. I don't know about sketchy. Honestly, I can't say sketchy because the 18th is also Montmartre. And a lot of people love Montmartre, but it's very cultural up there. Like, it's really pretty, but it ain't clean, girl. And also, you do get bigger apartments. Like, if you want to live closer to the city, you're going to pay more for less. But in the 18th, you get like 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms for the same price I'm paying for my studio, which is great. I don't know. Do you guys, excuse me, girl. Do any of you guys watch Tiffany Davis? Because she lives in the 18th and she has a pretty spacious apartment that's pretty cheap. And she loves 18th and she loves Chateau d'Eau. Like, it's literally preference. I just don't like being bothered by people. So the base of the 18th is where you avoid prostitution in Montmartre. Where, girl? Prostitution. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all a little anecdote that I thought is funny. It's a little weird, but Bois de Boulogne. Do you guys know about the woods here in Paris? I didn't know this when I came to Paris, but apparently there are two forests that surround Paris. One is called Bois de Vincennes. I'm close to Bois de Vincennes, and there's one called Bois de Boulogne. I used to live near there when I was an au pair, and apparently that's where the prostitutes linger, are in the forest. They're literally they in the forest getting their job done. And I was like, what in the world? But there was one night I was there, you know, minding my business with somebody else, and like some prostitutes came up to us and were like, hey, y'all want some services? And I'm like, we are in the middle of the woods, sis. What are you doing? But yeah, Bois de Boulogne is very known for having prostitutes. Fun fact. Also, I was also mistaken for a prostitute in Bois de Boulogne. You know what? It's a long story. We're just gonna move on to the next question, girl. Okay. Which neighborhood would you say? How do I feel about Macron? I don't feel nothing about Macron. I mean, he delivers our news and then I'm out of here. Honestly, I'm not the one you gonna ask about political things because I don't follow politics. It don't interest me. It don't, what it got to do with me? I really only listen to Macron when he's like telling us we're in confinement again, because I don't have that time to stress about politics. And politics is literally made for you to be obsessed with it, or to be like angry, or to be sad about something. And I don't have that kind of time, or I don't have that kind of energy to just give away to people. So that's why I don't follow politics. But I guess if you wanna listen to politics, do you, boo? But Macron, that guy is not in my mind. I do not think about that child. Favorite food spots in Paris. I have one food spot that I go to because I'm a creature of habit and I'm also vegan, which means people be doing me dirty. So I go to this one falafel spot called Mao's in the Latin Quarter. That is my favorite food spot. You can catch me there all the time. They can sponsor me one day. I'll be happy. I'll be real happy. Mao's, one day we're going to get that sponsorship together. But I've just been disappointed by food here in Paris. Like, if you're vegan, you don't like to eat cheese, or if you don't like to eat meat, they will feed you to the fishes, girl, because they don't season their food here. Girl, I done had so so much unflavored food here. It's ridiculous. That's why I bring my own spices from America. I have my family ship them. And I also have friends that are very good cooks. So, like, I'm being treated out here. But, girl, favorite food spots where? Please tell me, because I don't have one. I don't like the food here. It's just, it does nothing for me. It's, honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I miss American food. I didn't think I would ever say that, but a lot of French dishes are made with meat. And I guess they like base their flavor on the meat because, girl, they don't put 1 ounce of spice on it. I can't even, like, it gets so bad out here. I have a whole bottle of sriracha in my cabinet because I'm just like, they don't eat spicy food either. So if you like spicy food, you have to bring your own stuff and cook your own stuff because, girl. The first time I lived here, I literally lost my tolerance for spice because the family never had spicy food. Like, French people don't handle spice well. And spices apparently, oh girl, hold on. I got a story about this. The first time I was an au pair, I made normal, like, what are they called? Home style potatoes, or like, you know, the little breakfast potatoes that are spiced up and seasoned. So one day, you know, I'm Black. I'm kind of heavy-handed on my spices because I like it that way. But one day, I made like the potatoes for my host kids. And the host mom came in and was like, oh, this is too spicy for my children. And I'm like, girl, it wasn't hot. It was just a lot of seasoning. And she like had a whole attitude. And I'm like, girl, it's just a little salt and pepper and some cumin. What you mean? She was so upset. And I never wanted to give into that stereotype that French people do not like spices. But girl, she proved it to me that day. It was bad. The 18th is very sketchy. Yes, it is. I didn't grow up in the hood, so I just might have to keep it pushing from the 18th. Yes, Sierra, please. If you won't, I mean, also, there's a lot of young people in the 18th, so like it might be very good, but it really depends on where you are. If you're in Montmartre, sure, because that's a really cute area. But other places in the 18th, there's so many other areas you can go, like the 12th. I'm in the 12th. I love the 12th. It's clean. It's close to all the modern things like the Marais, Bastille. I'm close enough to what I need to get to, but girl, it's not dirty. You are so entertaining. You're sweet. I'm just weird, and it's okay. It's so different because now I'm actually talking to people, whereas on my videos, I'm literally talking to myself. So I don't know if I really know how to act right now. Where am I at? Yes, I love her videos. Yes, Tiffany makes good videos. Very informative. Bougie is what's up, baby. You can still be real and bougie at the same time. Yes, Eve, you are right. Y'all see my fur? I got the fur on today because we like rich things, girl. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Dang, I'm missing a lot of stuff because I'm just talking y'all ears off. Can you apply to uni if you're an au pair, like for the school year to come? Yes, you can. Actually, it's one of the easier things to switch from as an au pair as a student. So I would recommend if you're au pairing, but you have to wait until like your au pair thing is up and do it like 3 months before your au pair visa expires. But it's literally one of the easiest, I would say, to switch from is au pair to student. What's the top thing you are looking forward to after lockdown is over? This is very optimistic of me, but it's really, I have 2 things actually. This is after global lockdown is over. One would be, I want to see my family. Like, I want them to come to me, and I want to be able to show them around Paris, because they're like, I can't wait to see Paris. And I literally have an apartment that I can sleep people in, and they can't come. And it sucks. It sucks so much. But that and traveling, because if y'all know me, I love traveling, and just COVID has complicated so many things, and you just have to have all these tests if you want to travel outside the country. And then I just can't be bothered, girl. And I just want to travel freely again. Like, not have to worry about risking COVID, or like getting these tests just to travel, or it's so complicated for no reason. And then like the entry to France thing, if you don't have the right COVID test, it's too much, baby girl. I want to go to Japan. I'm ready to go to Japan, Korea, something different. Thailand, maybe. Bree, what do you mean? Have you been to Paris before? Of course. I'll save this live. You guys are sweet. Honestly, I expected no one to show up, and the fact that people are here and asking questions is dope. I expected to be talking to myself for an hour, girl. Y'all are dope. How are hair care products and supplies? Should I bring my own stuff? No, actually, I don't think you have to bring your own stuff. Like I said, there's literally one long street called Chateau d'Eau, and it has 20,000 black hair care stores on the street and black hair shops. Now, if we're gonna be honest, I don't really trust all the hair care shops here. But, I mean, not the hair care shops. I don't really trust all the hair salons here, girl. But the hair care shops are fine. Like, I have one that I go to. It's right outside the metro, so I don't have to be bothered once I hop out the metro. And then I hop back in, and I'm like not getting hassled. It's so hard to explain it unless you've been here. But literally, as you're walking down this one long street, if you're a black woman, there are people standing outside their shops trying to get you inside their shops to buy stuff, or trying to get you inside their salons to do your hair. And it's so annoying. It's so annoying. But I don't think you have to bring your own hair care supplies. Like, you will find the same stuff that's in the US. It might be a little more expensive, like a few bucks more, but you can find it. Let's see. You don't like French fruit honey? What? Listen, Lindy. Is that how you say your name? Lindy. I don't know if you're vegetarian or not, but life is different when you ain't eating their meat or cheese. Like, that's all they have to go on, honey. All they have is meat and cheese to go on. So when you don't eat that, I've just had too many plates of unseasoned vegetables, and I'm just not here for it anymore. I've clocked out with that. You have to try Faraha, best vegan burger in Paris. I have yet to try Faraha. I have tried Sweet Romance, and I was very skeptical to try it because it's a raw place, but that's so far the best burger I've had in Paris. Oh, speaking on hair care supplies, Sierra, I don't know about like if you wear wigs and stuff like that. I haven't really seen many places that carry human hair. So if you're like thinking about that kind of stuff, I would bring my own, because that kind of stuff I order online. Girl, as a vegetarian, I can relate, and I eat the cheese. See, I don't eat the cheese. I don't eat the cheese. The cheese is nasty. You like the cheese? French cheese is funky and disgusting. I get it though. I do get it. I used to eat the cheese when I first came. I was vegetarian, but now I don't eat cheese. It's nasty. And it makes my stomach hurt. I don't have time. People act like they can't season meatless food. Yes, girl, they do. They do. They really do. And it's even worse here. Like in LA, I thought it was bad in LA, but girl, I would take an LA food any day. People, and I think it's a cultural thing. Because listen, Domino's here have vegan pizzas, but they literally just throw raw vegetables on it and throw it in the oven for like 5 minutes. And you get this white pizza with crusty, crunchy, uncooked vegetables with no flavor. You see, it's just been too many instances, you know? I checked out Tiffany, but she never answered my questions like you did directly. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, Eve, I mean, Tiffany, she got a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure she gets thousands of questions every day. Like, even on my platform, which is a lot smaller than hers, I get a lot of questions every day. So, like, I get it. But, yeah, I'm glad I could answer your question, though. Are you currently working in Paris or studying? I'm working, girl. I'm a working girl. I work from home, which is why I have so much time on my hands because I do my own thing. Love the jacket. Thanks, girl. I thrifted this in Malta because I love thrifting. Thrifting is my life. And traveling. If I could have the happiest mix of thrifting and traveling every day, I would. Hey, love, if you haven't spoken about it already, how has your style evolved? How has your style evolved? And what advice would you give to someone trying to find their look? Hey, Chanel, how girl? Hey, girl. My style has evolved so much over the years, but I've always been super experimental. I would say experiment. Some days I be looking crazy and I'm just like, I'm gonna embrace it. And that's kind of how you get your style. You just try random things and don't be afraid to look crazy. Especially because I live in Paris and I like to wear color. Like, I'm gonna look crazy regardless. Because people here don't like to wear color during the winter. And I don't get it. I don't get it, girl. But since I'm all about sustainable fashion now, my style has evolved so much. Because one, thrift stores don't carry my size here oftentimes. Two, normal stores don't carry my size because literally the people in Paris are so tiny and I'm not. So I really just had to like go with the flow and experiment and like throw random pieces together and just try new things and just live my life graciously. If you wear something confidently, no one will ever know that it don't fit you. Like, you can be wearing the ugliest thing, but if you're confident and you're rocking it, like, they would be like, dang, that looks good on you, girl. So just try it, you know? I do miss traveling so much. Yes, I will save this live. OMG, thank you, Otavia. I've been thinking if I could, so great to know it's possible. I don't know what that's referring to, but you'll love Korea. Lived there 2 years. I hope so. I think in my life, I plan to live in different countries, like for at least maybe a few months. Like, I want to try different countries. I want to do slow traveling. So slow traveling for me is at least 21 days in a country and like really getting to know the culture. I want to do that in multiple places. Also, let's talk about manifestation. I'm manifesting me having houses in like many countries. You know, Spain. Let me have a house in Spain. I love Spain so much. Let me have a house in Paris, girl. I'm an international, darling. I'm international. Oh, I was supposed to be back in May for my birthday, but COVID. Oh, girl, I understand. So, Bree, you know how Paris is pre-COVID then? Like, did you enjoy it? Tiffany said they'll actually pull you in sometime. Pull who in? Who pulling me in a store? I will fight. What you mean? Yeah, I have had someone touch me and I was like ready to fight. So, yes, they do get aggressive on Chateau d'Eau. How are things going concerning you opening your shop? Eve, my shop is open. My shop. Well, I haven't posted anything lately because I've been focusing on like YouTube and stuff like that. And managing a shop and working is a lot, but I kind of wanted to like get more traction before I do another job. But my shop is open, girl. My shop is open. I don't think I have my link in my description box though. I should probably do that. Bree Bree, you like the cheese? You like the cheese. I get it. It's a whole thing here. The cheese is a whole thing. So I think the cheese is really something you have to get used to, for sure. I'm wondering if do you think Paris is more fun than California? I'm wondering if my nostalgia for Paris is fake or a case of grass is greener. I definitely think it's more fun. I for sure think it's more fun because you can do the simplest things in Paris and it's like a whole thing. For example, tell me, when the last time you've been to a park in California with your friends having a picnic? Tell me. I'll wait. Exactly. You can't, it's not a cultural thing in Paris. I mean, in California. Like, you're not sitting at a park being a grown folk and just living your life. And that's very common here. So definitely, I think it's more fun here, which is why I'm here. Because every time I went back to LA, there was this piece of me that just missed being in Paris. And I couldn't even tell you what it was because at the time, I didn't have an apartment here. I didn't have friends here, but I just like, there was something. It was like something was missing. And it happens every time I'm away from Paris for a long time. It calls me back. So I come back and I'm here still, even in this freaking stupid confinement that's happening. Period. Yo, are you coming to Paris? I would say definitely come. It might be different if it's your first time coming. No, you said you've already been here. But I feel kind of bad for the people who've come to Paris the first time during COVID. I mean, it's still nice and all. Like, we still have stuff to do. But also, it's not the Paris where it was super lively, going out to bars, going on dates. Like, it's a very different Paris. So I don't know if like this is the time to come for your first time and get your first impression of it. But also, since no one knows what's going to happen in the future, like, I don't know. What do y'all think is going to happen with this whole COVID situation? Let's talk about that because what is happening with our world right now? I don't... Sometimes I forget that we're in COVID and I'm like, whoa, this is our whole life. Are you coming as an au pair? Oh, girl, good luck. Good luck. I don't have anything nice to say about au pairing anymore. Girl, no. Let me know how that goes, because they crazy. Honestly, Paris is very different, but depending on what life you have here. I also noticed that my life, that my view of Paris kind of changed when I stopped being an au pair. One, because now I gotta spend my own money. Before it was the host family's money. It was great. But I still love it, but there was just like this kind of, I guess, ignorance, I would say. Ignorance of, wow, like ignorance is bliss kind of situation, because one, I wasn't dealing with anything kind of immigrational, or I wasn't dealing with all the stupid stuff like getting a freaking lock for your door, which is so expensive, and I got scammed 100%. Or I wasn't really thinking about just all the little stuff that happens when you're living on your own in Paris. Like, I was living under a host family and I was living under their money and I was living in their life bracket and trying to find my own life. So I just felt like my viewpoint was different. Like, I definitely see Paris differently now, of course, like, it makes sense, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If y'all want to talk about me and my conspiracies, we could go ahead and talk. Sorry, excuse me while I be disgusting. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. Girl, aren't we all tired of it? Aren't we all tired of freaking COVID? And not being able to see our families and travel as freely as we once were. And just, I think I miss the most is the freedom. Like, our lives are being controlled by governments, literally by what the government says. And I was out with a friend the other day, and it just kind of saddened me that we can't do anything anymore. Like, the only thing we can do is sit outside in a park and chat. Like, we used to be able to go to museums, have a conversation, grab a coffee, go to a restaurant, and we can't do any of that now, which is just like, I want to be able to sit in a restaurant and talk to someone over some food, sit and be comfortable in a warm space, and not have to sit outside and freeze my butt off. I think I'm just tired of being frozen outside. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick. And especially because I meet new people all the freaking time, and I'm just like, I don't want to sit by the sun. It's cold. Baby girl, there's only so many jackets I want to wear. I just want to be cozy, have a cup of hot chocolate, maybe a warm baguette. Just like, ugh, I miss doing stuff. It's boring. There's only so many times I can go to an art gallery. Now we can't even do that. That's all we had. I'm just tired, y'all. Like, honestly, for me, not a whole bunch changes in my life because, one, I'm a homebody, so I just be at home anyway. And two, I just, like, I work from home, so I don't, like, have to go to a job. Like, that didn't change. But it's just, like, if I wanted to do something, I can't because nothing is open. I can go to the grocery store, go back. I can go to a park, go back. That's what I'm gonna do with that, girl. What kind of life is this, girl? Tell me. This ain't living life. I just want to live my full, best, fantastic life. Hi, Ebony. Thank you for joining my live. Might get a little crazy. I'm sorry. Don't tell my mother. I think vaccines will help us all. That is what I'm holding on to, hopefully. Y'all want to talk about me and getting the vaccine? Look. I'm not going to talk about me getting the vaccine. I am not anti. I don't want to get it. I'm not against people getting it. Live your life. But I don't care to have the vaccine. And I also don't care to have an argument about not getting the vaccine or getting it. Like, I don't think it's necessary. I think everyone can have their own opinions and we can live in a peaceful society that way. Just like I'm kind of anti-political. Okay, we're not going to talk about me, girl. We're not going to talk. We're not. Because it's gonna start a whole conversation that I don't want to have right now. Like, I'm in a good mood right now. I'm not. Are host families generally rich? Yes. The host family that I got fired from in 2019, they owned the apartment that they stayed in, and they owned the apartment that was across from them. And they had a country family house that they went to on vacation, which is very normal for these host families. I don't know if it's a white French thing. I don't know if it's a general French thing, but most of my French friends have family homes that they go to when COVID happens or when they go on vacation. My friend's host family has this big, humongous house in Paris, which is unheard of. It's literally, they own a huge mansion style house in Paris, and they own 4 studios on the property that they live in. Uh, my other friends, they also own their apartments. So yes, host families are generally rich. And that's why I have some issues with au pairing, because a lot of the time they are stingy with their money and barely want to pay the minimum for au pairs, and really be acting like au pairs be like asking for the most if they ask for $80 more. It's just like au pairing, it just gives me, it makes me cringe nowadays. Like, I want to get away from my family. Kiera, oh, your family at home, not your host family. I get it. That's how I was when I was in California, which is why as soon as Paris was like, the borders are open, your girl was on a plane back and got my apartment. Trust me, I get it. So although I do miss my family deeply, I do miss them. I love my family so much and we're close. It's just like, it's either be here in Paris and deal with the restrictions, or it's like be in my family's life until whenever. And I'm like, I can't. I love y'all, but like, we done did that and I'm over that. I ain't got time for that no more. I don't know how people do this. I'm on my phone, so I like can't even. Same lady, same, I love to try. Oh, that's way back there. Hold on. Please excuse me while I try to catch up. Yes, ventured and gained. I do look to live in Paris longer term. If I get me a French boo, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to that route, but it doesn't look like that's happening for me right now. But long term, yes, because like I said, I do at least want to have a house here in Paris. Like, I do see myself living a rich and bougie life and owning a house here, speak it into existence, yes. And yeah, so why not? But it's also, France is a very hard country to deal with immigration wise, because so many people want to be in France and they just make it so complicated for no reason. Kiara, you've never been outside of America? That's okay, girl. I didn't leave America until I was 19, and that was when I came in au pair the first time. And then after that, I was addicted to traveling, and I like left every chance I could. But of course, now we can't do nothing. So I want the vaccine, but I'm not yet eligible. My mom got her first shot. Are you in the US, Bree Bree? How's it working here? Because I haven't heard of many people getting the vaccine here. Like, I've heard of so many people in the US getting their vaccine, but here, not that many. Honestly, the restrictions are inhumane. I agree. I get it, but I also am like, that's the thing. It's like, what does anyone do in this situation? It's a global pandemic, and like, what are you supposed to do? What is the right way to actually handle this stuff? I don't know any better, and I definitely don't think governments know any better, and I think none of it makes sense, but we're here. I don't want to get it either. Yeah, thank you, Day. Like, I'm not the only one who don't want a freaking vaccine. And I'm not going to jinx myself. I was going to say I haven't had it. I'm not going to jinx myself. Knock on wood. I'm kind of, yeah. I haven't had COVID before, though. Not conscious. You know what? Let me just knock on wood. Let me not finish this statement. We're just going to go right past it. Zip right past. I got the vaccine, first dose, and going well so far. That's good. Does getting the vaccine, what does that help you with? Because I heard some speculation, or read some speculation, that they're going to try to make people get the vaccine to travel again and yada, yada, yada. No one really knows what's getting on. But, like, what is your reason for getting the vaccine, for example? Brenda. I read that France, it's the most cautious country with the vaccines exactly where it need to be. Cautious? What do you mean, like giving them out? Or, I don't know. I don't know anything about the vaccines because I have no interest of people stabbing me with some foreign substance, but No, I haven't heard many people getting it though. Like a lot of my friends want to get it, but I don't know who they're giving it out to. And I don't think au pairs are on the priority list or students or anything like that. In the US, you can go to a Walgreens around 3 and ask if they had any no-shows. Oh, wow. Oh, that's super simple. Yeah, I don't know if it works that way here. Especially because I'm technically a foreigner, like I'm not a French person, so I think French people have priority. But I didn't know it was that simple in the US. Because I know some people who are my age that are in the US and that have gotten their vaccine already. And like they're able to travel or just like consciously travel more. I don't know. Like French people are very wary with getting it compared to Americans. I don't know. I have no idea how people feel about vaccines here. I think people are wary in general, but I also think that people are just like, I want to live life again, so people are getting it. I don't know. Literally, most of my friends are like, I want the vaccine. And I'm like, do you, boo? So, I don't know. I've literally heard no information on it. Do you think you'll get a French bae to stay in France? I low-key want to. Brenda! Where the baes at? Please tell me, because I've been single for 24 years. I would like to know. That's also a question I would like to know the answer for. I know so many people who come here and instantly get booed up. And I'm just like, I've been here for how long? Ain't got a single boo in the making. Girl, it's complicated. It's complicated. Especially now. Are you guys dating now? Because, oh girl, it's already been an hour. I said I was going to be on here for an hour. We're going to go a little longer. But are you guys dating now? Because I feel like it's even worse now. I can't tell you how many dates I've planned or to meet up with, and they cancel. And I'm just tired of it. I'm like tired of wasting my energy. Or yeah, it's been bad. It's been real bad. Or every time I talk to someone, the confinement happens and then they like go out of town to their family's second home. I told you that's very, very common for French people to have a whole countryside house. That's always the thing. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to get to know you. It's not that serious. I haven't had much success with dating for over a year. Hey, Rosa, thank you for joining. Brenda. Yes, girl, I'm getting played left and right. Like, let me live my dating life. Also, I'm a terrible person and I leave people on red. I do. I get busy. I forget. I do. I'm a leave on reader. I am that person. But also, like, I'll get back to you eventually. And I also think that's, like, part fault in my dating life because I just don't be responding to stuff. Y'all see, when I first came in, I was called out for not responding. Like, that's just... Sorry, boo. But also dating is being in a relationship is a whole thing. And I think people don't really think about the expansion, the what is it called? The long game of being in a relationship. And I'm in no rush, girl, because to get to know somebody, to like them and their faults, I'm just like, girl, I'm in no rush. Like, I'm okay. I love myself. I'm taking care of myself, trying to get myself together mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, I got a lot of work to do. And also working. You know, just like if it happens, I'm open. If it don't happen, cool. No, baby girl, I'm not an au pair. I'm not. I have not been an au pair for a whole year. Thank the Lord. Au pairing is au pairing is a whole thing. Honestly, the amount of good stories that I've heard versus bad stories of au pairing. Literally bad stories I've heard of au pairing, and then this is good stories. Like, realistically, I haven't heard that many people have successful matches. I have some friends who have crazy au pair stories, or where mine is like relatively mild just because they were overworking me a little bit or they fired me. But like some crazy stuff happens with au pairing. So no, au pairing is, I wouldn't recommend it. And oh, that's good, Rosa. I'm happy. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there are some good au pairing stories, but I've heard a lot of bad ones. And that's why I'm just like, and it just au pairing puts you in such a vulnerable position because you're in another country, you're learning another culture, and you're literally hired to take care of this family. So if it doesn't work out, you're just in a super vulnerable position to, one, find another family, which is not guaranteed, or to go back home. And a lot of the time, that's not the best situation for people. So some au pairs just like deal with bad families. So Day, you don't know what's going on? You don't know what au pairing be like? I can give you an example. You lived in a fire station? That's amazing. But, like, I'm confused. Why would you be in a fire station, though? What country is this in? Become a student? Yo. Being a student is honestly more respectable. Like, it's seen more as a French citizen than an au pair is. Kind of being an au pair, basically they want you to pay taxes, and they give, like, your life is a lot easier if you have record that you pay taxes. So if you plan to stay in France longer term, I would just be a student. Or yes, like a language assistant. Yes, that's also a thing, but you have to get a degree. I ain't got no degree, so that wasn't an option for me, but that's also a thing. Let me go back to that question. Crazy stuff like what? Crazy stuff like, I don't want to tell my friend's stories, but my friend had a crazy family that would literally fight, and like she got into some crazy situations, like domestic abuse situations. And also, some families are actually abusive to au pairs, and some families overwork you. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And some kids are actually insane, and these families expect you to be a miracle worker and like whip their kids into shape when they can't even do it. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. Just discovered your channel. I studied abroad in 2018. Any advice on finding a job as an English only speaker? Yes, in France, right? There are a lot of English speaking jobs. I would say if you plan to bank on that, one, being a language assistant, the tefl program is an option. Two, it's gonna be hard to come first. It's a little harder to have a visa to come here and then find a job. Like, usually to get hired, you have to have a visa first. It makes no sense. It's going to be hard to explain. But there are English speaking jobs. Like, there's a lot of schools that are always looking for English teachers. And yeah, so I would say like get your TEFL certificate, because I have my TEFL and that's what made me eligible for a lot of jobs here. and just apply, because I don't even think they really care about you having a degree in teaching English. Like if you're an English native speaker, that's what they want. Speaker. Ugh, why do I sound like that? If you're an English native speaker, you're kind of more valuable to that than other people are. Don't want to do au pairing, but it's the only thing I can do in Paris right now. I think I addressed that, right? Yeah, I said become a student. All the fire stations in Paris have apartments in them for the firemen. Oh, Rosa, really? That's fantastic. That sounds so cool. I had no idea they had apartments in them. But how do they decide which firemen get to... Oh, like multiple families can live in the apartment? That's cool. That's really smart. I know about your au pair story, but you said it was mild compared to others. Yeah. Yes. Yes, it was mild. All I did was get fired for being too nice, which is ridiculous. And the first family was just, they overworked me so much. And then they had issues. Yeah, the kids were freaking... The kids here are not well trained. Oh my gosh. Kids here are wild. My 8-year-old kid from my first family would crap his pants every day after school, and the family would be like, "Oh, this is normal. He's just a crapping 8-year-old, and it's fine." And he had like temper issues, and it was just nasty. Yes, yo, you should really do uni, because French schools are really cheap. So if you plan to get an education anyway, enrolling in a French school would just make a lot of sense. And also, being in a university, one, you'll have an easier chance of finding apartments. And being a student, you get so many discounts in the city being a student. Like, there's so many things that are discounted for you. So if you wanted to do school, I would just recommend doing school as the better option for you, because getting out of the au pair visa situation is a lot harder. Do you think that it's manageable or even possible to find a good coloc as a student? Yeah. But I would recommend, Paris is a very kind of connection city. So I would say really look on Facebook groups for colocs, because I see freaking apartments and colocs always on Facebook groups. And that's just because I'm in like 1,000 Facebook groups for expats in Paris, but there's always someone listing them privately, and they're not being listed on main websites. And also, especially right now, if you're somehow able to come right now, I would say now's a good time to start looking, because there's a lot of stuff available. But I definitely think it's possible to find a good coloc as a student. Oh, Tanisha, are you in my live? Hello. Did not expect to see you here, girl. If you're in sciences or tech, it's a bit easier to get a sponsored visa, only if you speak English. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know anything about visas. Like, I'm not the one to ask. I've only been here for like a year and a half, girl. What's the next big holiday celebrated in Paris coming up? I don't know nothing about Paris, y'all. French holidays. The French holidays are so random. They come out of nowhere. A coloc is a roommate. They call it colocataire. Colocataire. I'm missing a vowel. Easter. They don't celebrate Easter here, do they? I guess they celebrate Easter here. Oh, you're sweet. Do you have any advice on getting used to small spaces if you have a studio in Paris? I think you really got to remind yourself why you're here and your goals, and just being grateful to have your own space in a city that you want to be in, because that makes all the difference. Like, My space isn't humongous, but having my own space right now during confinement and being able to confine when I need to confine and like being alone from people, like that's really good for me. But like really reminding yourself why you're here in the first place, what your goal is, and just live your life, because yeah, they're a lot smaller than they are in the US, but it's still your own place and it's still your own safe haven. So yeah. Oh, that's so cool, Rosa. I had no idea they did that here. I would have never known that. Oh yeah, getting a master's in France for sure. I think there's a special visa extension if you're getting your master's to stay longer to find a job. But like I said, like being a student is really helpful here. So if you plan to study anyway, I would just go that route rather than dealing with au pair visas and stuff like that. What are the Facebook groups for colocs that you recommend? Just any Facebook group, not even specifically housing in Paris, like just expats in Paris, women in Paris, women of color in Paris, like very niche Facebook groups. People are always listing their apartments that are available, or if they're looking for a roommate, just join every single group you can and something will come up. When you posted the when you got fired, I cried with you. Oh, that video, it's so sad. I had to post it because this happens all the time, but posting a video of you crying is literally so, it's so odd. I can't watch that video. I can't. I haven't watched it because it's hard to watch. I was so sad, y'all, and I was so confused because why I got fired made no sense. And like, what do you do after that? You're in this country with no kind of means of your own and you have to figure it out. It was hard. That was hard. I see what you mean. Yeah, I might stay in Boston one more year till 2022 school year. Yeah. Easter. What's PAX? Is PAX Easter? Poisson d'Avril is the next holiday. It's April 1st. Oh. Tanisha. See, Tanisha, you have way more knowledge about France than I do. I don't know anything about Paris. The visa gives you up to a year to find a job once you've graduated. Yes, cutie, thank you. See, like I said, that's, yes. So, student visas. Student visas, they give you a lot more leeway if you plan to stay long term. If you plan to be in France for a year, then obviously don't bother. But if you plan to stay long term and have your things in order, then just go student route. That video was so deep. I cried with you too. They were so rude. They were. And I mean, I'm in my own place now. Like my life is much better now, but in that moment, it was just like, what in the world am I gonna do? You know? Thank you, Tanisha. Being fired from an au pair is like, there's so many people that go through it though. There's so many people. And I want to spread that message more because girls go through that well, guys too, but every day. I mean, every year there's like hundreds of au pairs that come to Paris and families fire them all the time. And for the dumbest reasons. I know so many people personally who have gotten fired or who've had to rematch and find a new family. It happens all the time. I was just at the point where I wasn't gonna look again because that was my third time au pairing. And out of 3 times au pairing, only the one in Spain was nice. So I was like, I'm not doing this again. So why not show people what really goes down? And I was like 23 at the time. I was not being bothered with the family. I just didn't have the patience anymore to go through the process of learning a new family's rhythm, to learn the new kids, to like go through interviews again. I had no. No, I did not renew my visa. I changed my visa because I'm no longer an au pair, so I can't be on an au pair visa. So I changed to self-employed, which is a very long process. And in the midst of COVID, it's even longer. Ugh, that's the process I do not want to look back on. 2000, what did I just see about the Olympics? FYI, the 2024 Olympics are supposed to be held in Paris. You really think the Olympics are going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen at this point because in the US, things are opening and concerts are starting to happen again and live shows are starting to happen again. And in Paris, ain't nothing. Girl, what's happening? Ain't nothing happening. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. Maybe things are happening. But as of right now, I see nothing happening. So we'll see if the Olympics are held in 2024. Were there no Bal du Pompier in 2020? I don't know. I don't know, girl. Citali. I feel like I've seen that name before. I don't know. Is that a common thing? Do they often have a ball every year? I didn't hear about it. The only thing that I really know that happened in 2020 was the Fête de la Musique, and that was during the summer. And so many people went to that, and that was when COVID was popping, and I was like, no thank you, ma'am. No thank you. So that's the only thing I really heard of happening before everything was shut down again and we're still in confinement. You are so strong. I don't know how you dealt with that, sis. Girl, I don't know either. The universe is on my side big time. Hey, girl. Oh, my gosh. Look at my aunties coming through. Hello, Latrice. Hey, girl. I don't know how much longer I can talk, y'all. I'm going to lose my voice. I mean, you kind of deal with stuff because you have to, you know? Like, I knew that I wanted to be in Paris, and I just had to make a choice and figure out how it would come back rather than having my emotions take the best of me. Because, of course, like, I didn't want to have to leave and, like, figure out my stuff, but that was the best option for me, to leave and go to the US and make money and, like, get my stuff back. And, yeah, it was not easy. I can't even tell y'all how many times I cried in 2020 before I came back. I can't even tell you. I think also if your student visa is longer than 2 years, it makes it easier and quicker to get citizenship. I think so too, because I believe at 5 years you can apply for citizenship. Not saying you're going to get it after 5 years, but I think at 5 years, basically of paying taxes for 5 years, you can start to say you're a citizen. Yeah, girl, you missed the topic. No clubs, parties, nothing. The Fête de la Musique did happen, though. And in summer, bars were open for a minute. Lucy. Oh, yes, absolutely. I've lived in Spain before for a few months. It was beautiful. I love Spain. Yes, definitely. I guess you missed earlier when I said I'm gonna have houses in multiple countries, like speak it into existence. Yeah, right now Japan is calling my name. Maybe because France is not open and Japan is open, but I do plan to live in different countries. Maybe I'll live in Senegal one day. I would definitely go back to Spain. Countries in Europe, I don't know so much. I would live in the Netherlands. Amsterdam is beautiful. I would live in Amsterdam for sure. I love that city. The last time I visited the Netherlands, I had 2 guys fighting over me. One was France. One was from France and one was from Germany, and I spoke English, but I had a great time. What kind of stories y'all be having? Fighting over you, girl. Girl, I don't have that kind of luck. I've gone on a date with someone who didn't speak English, and he literally brought his friend as a translator. Like, that's my luck. What kind of luck are y'all having? Always manifesting. Tanisha, you can learn another language. You could, one more. One more, girl. But learning French is hard. French is not an easy language. They have all these rules for no reason. And then when you talk to locals, they don't even follow all these rules that you learn in class. And I'm just like, what was the point of telling me all this stuff? Every bestie day and the day before, they'd have a bowl de pompier. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, maybe they did, because I was here for Bastille Day and I celebrated at the Seine with my friends, and like a lot of people were out. And that was when we didn't have to wear masks. So maybe they did have a bowl de pompier. I know, right? Like, I want a story time, Eve. What are you talking about? A German and a French guy fighting over you in the Netherlands. That's 3 different countries, girl. You're gonna have to tell us the story. Latrice. But you guys already know French, so you can learn Spanish easily, or Italian. Yes. I am talking about my dating in France video and all my unfortunate events. Like someone taking me to McDonald's, girl. For what? That's not a date. Yes, Latrice, please. Please watch that video. Like, Suki, that's the range of my dating experience. Some people be out here finding a French man in 1 week. Girl, where? Because they're surely not coming out for me. Latrice, I want to hear your stories, though. I do want to hear your stories. I know you got some, girl. The way you be stunned out here in Paris, I know you got some stories. Yes, McDonald's. McDonald's. It had the nerve to talk about nothing but nonsense. Had me there looking crazy. I was so salty. I was so salty when he walked in that McDonald's. I was so salty. Ciao. How do I sign up to have men fight over me? Is there a certain perfume? That is a great question. Eve, tell us. Tell us. What are you doing, girl? How you got men fighting over you? I'm Mexican, and when I went back to a Parisian's room, he had a massive sombrero. I'm sorry that happened to you, girl. That's not... I'm laughing because the audacity. The audacity is huge. Yeah, that's what be happening. Some people be having these Parisian men are so romantic and cute, and then no, like they're just like any other guy. They have some issues. Apparently they just be walking around with sombreros. Brenda, did he wear it? Did he wear it like when you went back to his place trying to impress you? Like, oh, I'm so cultured, I have a sombrero. Because I've had some stuff like that happen to me before. Yes, Latrice and Tanisha, yes, at McDonald's. Called me up like, hey, you want to meet up tonight? Let's go out. I'm like, okay, great, fantastic. He's going to take me to a nice restaurant. It's going to be fantastic. Girl, I pop out the metro. He's like, let's meet at this McDonald's right here. I'm like, sure, okay, where are we going to go after? He walks into the McDonald's. And we're there on the dates. And I'm just like, you know, maybe he's going to like grab a quick bite and then we're going to head out. No, no. He ordered a full meal and got mad at me for not wanting some McDonald's. I'm like, you've been bugging me for a date for how long? And you wanted to take me to McDonald's? Like, yeah, yeah. That's why I haven't been dating in years. I realized that all of 2020, I didn't date at all. And 2021 is like that too, girl. Like, where they at? Because I've been flaked on so many times this year. What would you suggest as ideas spots in Paris? Bibliothèque François Mitterrand. How do you say that word? My fellow Parisians, how do you say that word? It's a beautiful library in the 13th. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. Jardin Luxembourg is also a good place. If you know somebody with a rooftop, that's always romantic. I still have yet to meet a friend who has access to a rooftop, and I need to live that, but that has not happened. Right, he must have thought he was doing something. That is the thing. Girl, you are on a whole level with these men coming your way. Are just traffic. Ah, that's funny. Yeah, they're just traffic. I'm waiting for your story time when you find one who makes you all giddy. Girl, me too. I'm waiting. I'm waiting here. I mean, come on over, please. Send him my way. Lord, universe, where he at? Cause I don't see anything. I don't even go to McDonald's in the US. Right. Right. McDonald's is not a destination on my map. Oh yeah, I have no reason not to keep it real. This is just my life, and I think it's hilarious. He was really like, yep, McDonald's is the place to take her. This beautiful woman who's fabulous, looking great, juicy, delectable. Let me take her to McDonald's. Makes no sense. The vlog with your friends was so wholesome, Atavia. I know. Me and my friends be real cute sometimes. I know. Yeah, I'm really grateful to have friends here. There's something about making international friends, and it's just like a whole nother level of friendship because you're going through this crazy thing of being an immigrant in a different country. Is that the right word? Being a foreigner, should I say, in a different country, and you kind of just bond on that, and it's just really nice. I'm really grateful for my friends here. Yes, baby girl, I was visiting the Netherlands for about the third time, and it was always a good time when I went to Amsterdam. They were not physically fighting, arguing. Still, girl. Who got men fighting over them, girl? Eve, what are you working with? Ooh. I have been thinking about some Irishmen lately. Some Irishmen. I might have to go to Dublin. I don't know, but honestly, I don't know if Paris is the dating destination for me. Because, one, this is not going to be a happy opinion with Parisians, but they're small. Let's be honest. If y'all live in Paris, you know, the men here are not big. I'm a large woman. I'm taller than a lot of them. So it's just like, and a lot of them are skinny. I'm going to be honest. Parisians are not the thickest of the bunch, and I like them quite thick, a little juicy. And you know, I don't know if Paris is the destination for me. Like, I might have to go to London and get me a, you know, ooh, hold on, those British men, they can do it for me, girl. Y'all know the actor Daniel Kaluuya, John Boyega? Yes. They can do it for me. Just give me a British guy. I'm here for it. Dublin. I might have to go to Dublin. I've never been. The men are cute. I like a big scruffy man. But are they drinkers like that? It might be a stereotype, but I'm not the biggest fan of someone who be drinking like that. Hey, yo, I got to keep it real. I was just not getting enough in America. Girl, me either. In LA, I am invisible. People do not look at me in LA. And then I come to Paris and they're like, oh, who is this beautiful black American girl? And then I'm also fetishized. So, you know, it's neither here nor there. They're small. They are small. So when I go on a date with a big guy, I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. I had this date. First time I ever dated, I think a French black guy, and he was so tall, and he was so muscular. Oh my god, it was fabulous. It was fabulous, girl. It was amazing. Oh my. I just need somebody to hold me a little bit. Just give me a chance to be held. Like, I want a chance at least. Can you try at least? I can break most of the guys here. Honestly, I do got a lot of booty. I don't have a type, Tanisha. Maybe. I don't think I have a type. I'm quite open. I want the ability to be held like a baby. Is that so much to ask? But I'm also 5'10", and I carry a lot of meat. So it, like, I just need some meat on my bones. British men are fine. They are. They're fine. They are. That accent, when they're black and British too, oh my gosh. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. American men are huge in comparison. And I try not to say it just in case it's like kind of a insecurity. But Parisian men are so skinny and short. And it's just a part of their culture. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but they're small. I realize that statistically, if I want a Frenchman, I will have to settle for a man my height or shorter. Yes, that's literally me, girl. Yes, Alyssa, that's literally me. I'm also 5'10". There's not a lot of guys in the city that are 5'10". So, like, I'm not opposed. I would date someone shorter than me. I'm not afraid of that. But the thing is, with guys, some guys are insecure about dating someone taller than them, realistically. So, I don't have that much of a chance here, girl. Trust me, I will. Hold on. I will. If I find a big one, I'm going to hold on to him. But I don't want to go home. They're also trash home. Maybe I need to go to the South. I've heard the South has some beautiful men. But LA was not giving it to me either. LA is very much how it seems on movies and stuff with people dating. I don't look like Kim Kardashian. I don't. And that's what they want. I don't look like all these Instagram models. And that's what people in LA want. So nobody was giving me the time of day, even though I look amazing. And I am amazing. So there's nothing. We'll break a Frenchman in half. Have y'all dated Frenchmen? Like, how is y'all dating life? I want to hear y'all stories now. You wouldn't date someone shorter, really? What if he's like really buff and can like throw you around, but he's shorter, you know? Shorter guys be so cute. That's why I can't rule them out. They be good looking. I know. Yes, in the Netherlands, I am short, which is fantastic. But they're not here. So I do want to live in Amsterdam one day. I would do that. But until then, I guess I'm going to just be out here high and dry. I don't know what it feels like to feel like a midget or to feel like a short person. I don't know what it feels like. I've been tall since I was like 10. So I can't tell you. Houston, I heard guys in Atlanta are nice, in Texas. Uh that's about it. That's about all I can give you. Like the South Atlanta men. I've just heard Atlanta is a good place for some guys. They don't even look like their pig's child. You're gorgeous. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Nah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've gone out with some cute people, but they're small. And that's it. I mean, they're cute. I'm gonna need a little more though. Just a little. And sometimes, I don't know what it is with people here, but they're so, I don't get their stand on race. They're they're so opinionated. I think that's the big thing. They're opinionated, girl. They love to tell you what they think when you don't even ask what they think and act like the world needs to hear what they think. I just don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it, girl. I took my Kardashian heavy makeup look on dates with Parisian men. I mean, if that's you, if that's your truth, girl. But Paris is not the Kardashian type. I mean, if that's you. See, Latrice, I don't like to wear heels. Heels are uncomfortable. I wear heels for pictures and take them off immediately. So that's not an issue for me. But like, even if you like to wear heels and he's shorter, it can be cute. It can be a cute thing. I don't know. I have dated French men. It was interesting. What do you mean? I need details. You're so vague. I'm gonna need a little bit more. I'm 5'10" as well, and I've dated guys here who are the same height, but recently one of them has been so short. Oh, Rosa, are you in Paris? You're 5'10"? Girl, hold on. I need more tall friends. Where are you at? Yeah, I don't know where you're finding the guys who are 5'10" here, but I have not had that much luck. It's the fact that I'm big and tall. I got both. So if you're shorter than me and you're skinny, it's like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna feel like I'm always gonna break you. Always. Feeling protected is a thing. Yeah. That's why when I dated that one tall guy, literally the first and last tall guy who was huge, I was like hooked, but it didn't work out. I can't wear heels with them freely. They ain't the one. I mean, y'all like to wear heels. I don't. I like my feet to be comfortable. I don't need no heels. And I walk all the time. What am I going to do with some heels here? No, thank you. But I do get it, though. Oh, girl, I stay getting the French African man here, always. In the metro, there's always a French African man. There's always an African dad staring me up and down on the bus stop. And I'm like, no, sir. You have like 3 kids. No, sir. Not just they're short, they're also slim. Slim. Yes, they're also slim. I mean, I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to slim. I'm not opposed. I can rescue myself. I'm an independent woman. I get it, though. I do get what you're saying. I absolutely understand. Oh, man. I've heard great stories about Swedish. I have heard nothing about Swedish men. Tell me more. Am I missing something by being in the wrong country? Tell me. I will hop right over. It's like 2 hours. I will go to Sweden right now. What you mean? He might be taller walking around, but when you're in the bed, you're all the same size, waist. That's not true, girl. I got long legs. That's not true, girl. Are we gonna get into it? I've had some issues. Everybody ain't the same height lying down. Let me tell you, sis, they not. Yes, the African dads. Yes, those be the only one who give me the time of day. Yes, the African dads. And I don't want them. I am a beautiful black 24-year-old woman. Single and ready to mingle. Single like a Pringle. I don't want you. I don't. You miss it? Are you okay, Brenda? Do I need to take your temperature? You miss it. Come back, girl. You could have them. Take them. They're all here for you. Where the money resides. Where the money... I mean, the money does reside in France, so let's be honest, girl. These French men, they families be having money. I have a friend who's 22 years old. Just brought a house. Well, not a house. Just brought an apartment here in Paris. Just brought an apartment in Bastille. So you know it wasn't cheap. So the money is here. It's always the gay ones. See, oh man. I don't know if he's gay. I have a friend. Pretty sure he's gay. But he's tall. And he's like the one tall French person I know. And I'm just like, why? Come. You would have been perfect. You would have been perfect. You are literally a giant. That's what I need. But you don't even like me like that. It's sad. I'm high and dry out here, y'all. Do I need to block you, Planet Moolah? Do y'all see what Planet Moolah just said? Hold on. Somebody trying to be funny in the comments, and I'm not here for funny right now. I'm emotionally sensitive because guys out here are small. And you want to talk about, do you want some McDonald's? Oh my gosh. You are wild. You are wild. They did choose violence today, Brenda, for no reason. This was a high-spirited chat. And they chose violence. For why? Tell me why. You're lucky I don't know how to block on here. You're so lucky. So lucky. Okay, y'all. We've been on here for 115 minutes. How long is that? An hour? Almost 2 hours. I'm going to end at 2 hours. We got a few more minutes. Do you have any? Not at all. I'm hurt. That was a sensitive topic in my dating life, and you want to come through with, you want some McDonald's. What if that was the guy that took me to McDonald's? They don't change, do they? They don't change at all. Anyway, if y'all have some last questions that y'all want to talk about before I sign off, please do send them now. Please do. Because we talked about the cost of living in Paris, learning French. We haven't talked about racism. I want to ask you, Latrice and Tanisha, did you guys hear about the Monoprix incident? Thank you, Yo-Yo. Thank you so much for joining the chat. I chatted my voice off. But do you guys know, I want to talk about the Monoprix incident a little bit more. If you guys have experienced anything, people who have lived here, if you're a person of color and have lived in Paris, please let me know. You guys are so sweet. If you guys enjoy this, I can do it more regularly. She's a content creator on TikTok. Her name is what's her name? Trisha something something. Basically she was racial. She said she was racially profiled at a Monoprix in Neuilly, and the security guard was like checking her bags to see if she stole anything, and like she started filming outside the Monoprix, and he came and like grabbed her phone while she was recording. So she reached out to Monoprix, and like it's a big thing that's happening right now. But I don't know if you guys heard about it. Yes, we love hearing from you. Let's do it more often. But what happened? Do more lives. I missed the start. That's okay, Rosa. I will save it if I manage to learn how to save it. But yeah, I will save it. I'm going to try to find this video because I keep forgetting her name. But I just saw it last week. And let's see. Chief. Do you guys follow her on Instagram? Her name is Chief. God, her name is Kiana Thais. I guess I can play a little bit of what happened. I need to get groceries and you're accusing me of stealing. When there's people walking out, white people walking out, bags in their hands, not doing anything about them but me. I'm the person you want to follow out. Let me see. She said a security guard at Monoprix Les Sabions left his store to come grab her phone and accused her of stealing. And I just want to know how, like, does this stuff happen to you guys? Because in my videos I record it all the time that people are always telling me to stop filming, but I haven't been grabbed before. But like literally you can see in the video that he grabs her phone and like aggressively tries to stop her. And it was just a question of if that was a racial issue or not. I kind of feel like it was. Thank you. It's not. It's not. The thing is with France is it's more racist in my opinion. I feel like the racial issues happen more often to people who are Black and French. But when you're Black American, you're kind of overlooked in some regard, but you're still Black. Like, it's not the same racism we're gonna face in the US because we are American. We kind of get that pass, but it very much still happens. Very, very much still happens. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because people are always asking me about racism and what it's like being Black in Paris, and I'm not gonna say that it's just flowers and sunshine. Like, it's not. Like, racist stuff still happens here, but it's a little different for me, at least. That's how I feel about it. Oh girl, yes. Well, they walk around with machine guns here. At least the guards I see. There are like actual guards who walk around with machine guns. But I don't think they're the cops. The cops are the I don't know if I should mention their names because they don't even like to be filmed. They just passed a law or they're trying to pass a law where you can't film the French guards. It's a whole thing here. There's bare YouTubers in France that film in stores. Oh girl, yes, I know. There's literally the day that I was filming a thrifting video like 2 years ago. And my friend was with me who also had a camera, was white, didn't get any issue. No one even talked to her about filming. But me, it was a big issue. So girl, you can't even tell me it's not racial profiling. It's not a racial issue because it is. It's so obvious. Anti-Blackness is worldwide. Yes, it is. No way, this chat is all about love and making connections with the right tall people. What? Eve, what happened? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying at Tanisha. Because we are English speaking, people kind of just like throw us in the category of being an American or something. Oh, I don't want this chat to go down. I'm gonna have to talk about this another time because I was like all in the spirits. And then racism is always a hard one because it happens everywhere. I'm black. I'm from New Orleans. I lived in Paris. One time I went to a restaurant with my French African friend. I wanted her to translate, and the waiter was like, no, speak English. We will better service. That's what I'm talking about, cutie. I'm talking about the Kiana Thais situation. Really? Oh, wow. That's so odd, Asia. That's weird. That's very weird. I will gladly talk about croissants, but honestly, this is something that needs to be talked about. But I know if I start talking about this now, I'm going to ramble on for another hour. And I don't think I have it in me right now. So we can go back to talking about croissants. Latrice, what did you say no to? That's what makes them stop. Can't even imagine what Africans in France. Right. No, there's this video about French, how French people are treated in France, the French black people, and how French people don't see them as French. It's just the same issue that's in America. Like, French people can be racist and are racist just as most countries are, honestly. Racism exists in every freaking country. And it's usually towards black people or darker people. She still hasn't posted in a while on TikTok. She has. Or she's been posting on Instagram. No, I think she's okay, because I had just watched her live the day that it happened. She went live and she was just talking about the experience. No, she's posted. I think she's fine. Okay. The fact that she just said no and then didn't say anything after. Girl, you're not eating carbs. Good luck, sis, because I try to do that. I say I'm not going to eat bread, and then there's a boulangerie on every corner, so I end up eating bread, and it's just my life. She's on Instagram and she's on TikTok. Her name on Instagram is different, though. Can I write something in the chat? Can I do that? Let me see. Or if someone knows her name on Instagram, can you write it? Because I have no idea how to do it. Her name on Instagram is chief_KII. But then her name on TikTok is Kiana Thais. And I think on TikTok she shares the whole thing. Why are you eating Oreos right now, though? Girl. Yes, thank you, cutie. It's crazy because in the US, it seems opposite, where black British people are seen as having more class, like black Americans. Right, it's the same thing. It's kind of the, oh, they're a foreigner, so they're not as bad. They're not us. So, but I mean, even black British people can still have a face of racism in the US. I'm going to move to France in a year. I want to know the tea. Well, girl, that's why I do this stuff, because the tea is not being spilled like it needs to. There's so much tea that's only in the community of Paris. Like I said, I'm on 1,000 Facebook groups, and every day I'm learning that women are being attacked, like, often, daily in France, or people are getting their stuff stolen daily, and that's not something I knew at all. I didn't know that pickpockets are a huge thing in Paris, like huge. People are always getting their phones stolen. My friends always are like, I got my phone stolen, I got my wallet stolen. It's crazy. So that's what, excuse me, sir, you are loud. Sorry, I can hear like the motorcycle on my street. But seriously, this stuff is not being told. And I don't care to be that creator who's like, oh, Paris, it's great. There's no issues in Paris. You can come to Paris with no issue at all. Like, for what, sis? That's not what I care. That's not what I care to tell. They walk around with machine guns in Mexico. Who? Who are you talking about? Even though they walk around with machine guns here too. I think there's different levels of security here in Paris that you'll see around. Like there's these things called the gendarmes, and they're, I don't know if they're part of the army, but I often see them, especially now with curfew and COVID, and they're always out when we have, what are they called? Protests, because there are a lot of protests in Paris that happen. Something I also didn't know when I moved here. Like last month or 2 months ago, there was a protest literally on my street, and there was a huge mob of people coming down my street, lighting trash cans on fire, and I'm like, what the heck is this? And that's when like the gendarme with the machine guns and stuff come out. But like there's the metro police that you'll see often in the metro stations. Then there's the police that be riding on those little roller skates, not scaring nobody, but whatever. Yeah, there's like so many different levels of that out here. I haven't either, girl, because I'm really defensive. When I'm in the metro, I be ready to attack at any moment. You will get an elbow to your chin if you try to touch my phone. Do not. When it's packed on the metro, I be so cautious. Like, do not try me, because I will go off and fight everybody in the train. I've had security ask to check my bag, but if I notice that no one else is being checked, I'll refuse. Oh. I've never, okay, Latrice. I should do that. I have people check my bag when I'm like carrying my little shopping trolley through the store, and they'll ask to check it before I leave the store. But I never make a big deal out of it. Like, I never think about it. Girl, I'm not in control of these Facebook groups. Just join every freaking Facebook group you can find about being in Paris and ask a lot of questions. That's what I do, because I just like to know everything. Yeah, just protect yourself and be safe. Why not? There's something exotic about an American female visiting abroad that fantasizes through certain minds. I mean, for sure, it's like that for most people. And it's also the kind of ignorance because you're not a local. So you're going to see it differently. Because you're not a local, chances are you're not going to experience everything that a local would face. And chances are you're not dealing with everything that a local would face. So how would you be able to express what really goes down here? If you're here for 3 days, you're not going to know what's really going on unless you just have a terrible experience. I think there are like people in the army because of Paris and the terrorist attacks. Yeah, I think so too. They stay on a protest. They protest every week here. Yeah, Asia, stuff like that happens all the time. That's wild. They are bold for just riding up and taking her phone. Yeah, they're bold here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I only heard about it. I don't even know how I heard about it. I think I was just on Instagram one day and it popped up on TikTok. So I heard the whole story and I'm like, yeah, that happens to me like all the time. I'm at a freaking Monoprix recording. Okay, go ahead and make y'all connections. I'm here for it. All right. Okay, y'all. I am signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed this chat. I'm gonna make myself some dinner, have myself a little wind down. What time is it? It's 9 p.m. here now. Hope you enjoyed it. Where are you guys from? Are y'all from the US? Are y'all in the US right now? Apparently, some people are in Paris too. But I had fun chatting with y'all, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Or if it's nighttime, I hope you have a good night. Latrice, what are you talking about, girl? I hope y'all have a good night. I had fun chatting. I had fun getting into all this conversations, and enjoy the sun if you're in the US with some sun right now, because ain't no sun here, girl. And we should do this again. I'll see. Maybe next week I'll do another one. I'll see. But if you guys want me to do another one, like leave comments on my video or send me like a DM on Instagram and I'll do another one. But take care, y'all. Bye. Oh, you're so sweet. You're sweet. All right. Good night, y'all.